Uh. Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be painting this Stormwolf Captain Valeska from Beholder Miniatures. I've already primed the model in white, and now I'm going to be spraying some contrast paint Imperial Fist Yellow. I want to try and get a solid color all over the miniature. And at this stage, don't worry about overspray on any of the other parts. We're going to come back with other colors to clean it all up. When the Imperial Fist Yellow has dried, I'm going to come back in with Dial Arani's Flame Orange ink. I'm going to mix 50-50 with the Imperial Fist Yellow and spray the underside of the entire miniature, creating an orange shadow coming from beneath. Now for the details of the model. I'm going to be painting all the details like the trim on the model with contrast paint Black Templar. This will take 2 to 3 coats to get a solid color, so take your time. It is not shown in this clip, but I also paint the model's hair and the handles of both weapons in Black Templar as well. I'm going to now paint all the cloak and the tabard with the new contrast paint Luxian Purple. I unfortunately forgot to paint the cloak and the tabard white, so this took about 5 to 6 coats of Luxian Purple to get a solid purple color across all the fabric. I wanted the cape to look more interesting, so I decided to make a transition from the Luxian Purple to a Cerumen Blue contrast paint. So to start off this transition, I'm going to dry brush white on the raised surfaces of the cloak and tabard. You need to have a solid color to get this effect to work, so it will take 2 to 3 coats of dry brushing to get there. To start the transition between the blue and black, I'm also going to fade into the folds my white dry brush. I'm going to use less and less white as I go further down the fold. Now that the white has dried, I'm going to come in with the Cerumen Blue and paint over all the white areas with this contrast paint, making sure I get a solid color. Yeah. My first highlight for the capes is going to be a mix of a Cerumen Blue and Aqua from Joe Saunders. I'm going to be using a stipple technique to try and create some texture on the cloak. I'm just going to be following up and down the top peaks of each of the cloak folds and the large surface areas where the cloak has got the most amount of light. My final highlight will be a mix of the two colors I used previously, Cerumen Blue and Aqua, and add a little bit of sickly skin tone from P3 to it. I'll be doing the same stipple technique across the top peaks of all the falls. Coming back to the trim, I'm going to start highlighting all the black trim, starting off with coal black. I'm going to focus this color just on the raised and top surfaces of all the trim. I wasn't going to overthink this step. If the area required some visual interest, I was going to highlight that spot. I'll be also doing the same highlight on the weapon handles. When the coal black is dry, I'm going to come back in and do a second highlight using Gravedigger Denim P3. This will be just for the extreme edges and sharp points, and any area I want to have some extra pop. For the captain's face, I started by base coating it with Rose Brown from Vallejo. Then now I am going to be painting a wash of Druchii Violet on the entire face. Once the Druchii Violet has dried, I'm going to come back in with the original base color of Rose Brown to start picking out all the highlight areas. I'll be focusing my highlight color on the tops of each of the points of the face, such as the nose, the cheeks, the brows, the forehead, and if I can, the lips as well. To finish off the yellow armor, I'm going to do an edge highlight with Screaming Skull from Games Workshop. I'll be focusing this on the top areas of the armor panels, and around any of the filigree and trim. I will be avoiding all the orange shadows where I can. Remember, when edge highlighting, use the edge of your brush wherever you can. But if you have to draw it in, use a steady hand, a sharp point on your brush, and drag the brush towards yourself to get a straight, steady line. For the parchment on the chest of the captain, I'm going to be painting it with Screaming Skull, and then use Skeleton Horde Contrast to paint over that. And then once that's dried, come back and re-highlight it up with Screaming Skull. And finally, to finish off the base, I've base coated it with Burnt Sienna from Joe Saunders. All the skeleton details were base coated with Screaming Skull from Games Workshop, and now they're both getting a wash of Agrax Earthshade. And once the Earthshade has dried, I'm going to come in and just do a quick dry brush with Provincial Beige from Joe Saunders, just to pick out the top areas of the rock. Then all is left is to paint the base rim black, and you're done. I had a lot of fun painting this miniature. A lot of new techniques I was trying out, and it seemed to have worked. I am definitely going to be expanding this army, and writing my own lore for them. So if you'd like to see that, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll leave links to all of Beholder Miniatures, Patreon and My Manufactory in the description below. Please like and subscribe, and if there's anything you would like me to cover in future videos, please leave it in the comments below, and I will see you all in my next video.